Welcome students. In today's class, we are going to discuss about the states of matter, that is the solids, liquids and gases, and we will see about the properties of all of these. What is matter? Matter is anything that has a particular mass and it occupies some space. So if we are just talking about the matter in that term, we also are as individuals a matter because we have mass and we are occupying space. A table is a matter because it has mass and it occupies space. A chair is a matter because it has mass and it occupies space. So all of that parts are called matter. Just like if you are just taking a liter of oil, so it has mass and it also occupies space. So it is also a matter. Matter is made up of small particles which are called molecules. As we can see the picture, the gases are having the molecules which are very far from each other. In the liquid, they are a little bit closer, and in the solids, they are totally packed together, close together. Now, on the basis of this arrangement of the molecules of matter, there are of three types. First one is called solid, where the molecules are arranged very close to each other, very closely, neatly packed together. Then the liquids, in which the molecules are a little bit apart from each other, and the gases, in which the molecules are very far from each other. They are not at all closely packed. The first matter that we are going to talk about is the solids. In the solids, we can see the examples are chair, table, tree, hat, car, backpack, a wardrobe, a bed, a pillow. Everything is an example of solid. Why they are called solids? Because if we are closely observing them, if we can see the solids under a microscope, we will see that it is made up of very small parts which are called molecules. And all of those molecules are very closely packed together. They do not have any space in between them. And solids are also having a fixed shape. They are having a definite volume. They are also having a fixed size. And they are very hard and rigid. They cannot be moved very easily. And they do not flow from one place to another. They are fixed or rigid at one place. So these are the properties that define the solids. On the other hand, the liquids, if we are seeing the molecules of the liquids, they are loosely packed. That is, they are having a little bit space in between the molecules. They are not so much closely packed like the molecules of the solids. And obviously, as we can see the water, it can move or flow from one place to another. If we pour a mug of water on the floor, it will just go from the up to the down side of the floor. It is also having a definite volume. It is also not having any definite shape. If I am taking water in a mug, it just takes the shape of the mug. If I am taking the water in a glass, it is just taking the shape of the glass. If I am taking the water in a cup, it is also taking the shape of the cup. So it takes the shape of the container in which it is contained. It does not have any definite shape, just like the solids. And it is flowing from high to low level. The water always flows from the high to low level because of the gravity. Now the examples of liquids does not only include the water, but also it includes the oil, the blood, the milk and mercury. Mercury is a liquid metal, just like the bromine. So all of those are the examples of liquid. The third state of matter is called the gases. The very easy example of gas is air. Air is although a mixture of gas. That means a lot of different gases are present in the air. like nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, neon, argon, xenon, etc. We cannot see it, but we can feel it. We cannot see any gas around us. It's totally invisible to us, but we can obviously feel it whenever we are breathing in and breathing out. Whenever the wind is flowing, whenever there is a storm, we can always feel the air or the mixture of gas around us. If we are closely monitoring the molecule arrangement of the gases, we will see that they are very loosely packed, even loosely packed than the water molecules or the liquid molecules. They are having a lot of space in between them, and they can actually move very easily in the container in which they are present. Since they are having lot of space in between the molecules, they can move freely. They are not having any definite shape. Obviously, if I am containing the gas in the balloon, it takes the form of the balloon. If I am taking it inside a glass container, it is taking the shape of the glass container. And it also does not have any definite volume, because the gas or the air is present all over our environment. It does not have a definite volume. It does not have a definite mass as well. It occupies all the space available. If I'm just inserting 1 gram of oxygen into a balloon, it will take or it will occupy all the space available inside the balloon. Now, if I'm just inserting that 1 gram of oxygen inside a bigger balloon, it is also going to occupy the whole space available. It does not have a definite shape and definite volume and definite mass. Example of gases include the air, helium, ozone, carbon dioxide, water vapor, etc. Water vapor is the gaseous phase of water. Air is a mixture of many gases. If we are just observing the composition of air, we will see that 78% of air consists of nitrogen, 21% consists of oxygen, and rest 0.9% consists of argon, and some of the other gases are also present, including 0.03% carbon dioxide and some amount of water vapor. Apart from all of these gases, the dust, the smoke, poisonous gases coming from the pollutants are also present in the air. Amount of water vapor that is present in the air is termed as humidity. The amount of water vapor in the atmosphere increases during the rainy season because of the rain. So that's why it is more humid air, and it decreases in the season of winter. So it's a less humid air or the dry air. So the amount of water vapor present in the air is termed as humidity. Now we will look at what are the use or importance of all of these gases that are present in the atmosphere. First, we take up the gas which is present in the most amount, which is the nitrogen. Nitrogen is present in the air, which is fixed by the different bacteria called microbes into the root nodules of the leguminous plants, that is the pulses. And then those nitrogens are made into soluble form, that is used by the plant by absorbing the mineral and water from the soil. And the plant then uses that nitrogen in preparing the food, and by eating the plant we are also getting the nutrient containing the nitrogen in our body as well. Then our body is using that nitrogen for different purposes. So the microbes are very important for fixing the atmospheric nitrogen, because no other organism has that capacity. Now the oxygen, which is very important for us as we are breathing in the oxygen and giving out the carbon dioxide. Plants are actually creating oxygen through the process of photosynthesis, and that oxygen is given out in the atmosphere which is taken in by all the animals because of the breathing process. And in the breathing process, we are giving out carbon dioxide, which is also required by the plant for the process of photosynthesis. So that carbon dioxide is absorbed by the plant in turn, and then oxygen is again produced, which is again used by the animals. So that oxygen and carbon dioxide is going in circles, and the balance is maintained by both the animals and the plants. We will see what are the properties of air through some experiments. Let's just first focus on the property that the air has weight. Now, what is the small experiment that we are doing? We are hanging two balloons filled with air on both sides of an hanger. Now, if one balloon is burst, the hanger will just drop on the other side, because that other side of the balloon is having some weight, so the hanger is dropping down, and the bursted balloon has released that weight from that end, so it just goes up. So this experiment actually proves that the air has weight. To explain the property of the air of expansion upon heating, we have taken two glass bottles. The mouth of those glass bottles are fixed with a balloon, and they are first kept normally, one glass bottle, and the other one is kept in a bucket filled with water under a heat source. Now when the water is heated, the air that is present inside the glass bottle is also heated, and it expands, that it increases in size, and the balloon also expands because the expanded air has also traversed inside the balloon, and the balloon swells. So this experiment actually explains that the heated air expands upon heating. Now on the right hand side, we will see that we are having two buckets filled with water, and we are just dropping one empty bottle inside the water. If we are just putting it down straight, the water does not enter the bottle because air is present inside the bottle. Now as we are just drowning it or tilting it a little bit, the water enters into the bottle, and the air just leaves from the bottle as the air bubble. So it occupies space. Air is required for different purposes. First one is burning. We know that air has 20% of oxygen present in it, and that oxygen is required for burning. Then there is that oxygen present which is also required for breathing purpose for different animals, including us. The oxygen is used for inhalation, and during the exhalation, the carbon dioxide is coming out. Lung is the organ in which this exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide is taking place. Other uses of air are also present, and the air is used in different purposes.